Hello and welcome to Survive the Unexpected with your host Frank Pacino and my partner in crime today, James Hansen. We're here to talk about Survivor 45, episode 7. Uh so we just had a conversation last night about the mergatory and everything like that. We kind of predicted a lot that was gonna happen. We didn't see a big player go home, unfortunately, but uh I I
I
really
think
love the pacing of
We
the
did, but
episode,
we
but
didn't. We
no.
did, but we didn't, because I mean, I guess Caleb's a big player in the fact that he's a big threat, but, he had already gotten, 12 votes at the previous tribal council, so it's not like there wasn't a big move made at either of those tribal
That's
councils.
that's right.
So, um, yeah, I think the episode was fine, but the tribals, I feel like there was some pre-tribal, speculation as to what was going to happen. Like we saw potentially Bruce getting blindsided instead of Sifu going out in the first uh, tribal, and then in the second one, wait, who else was brought up? It was
Sifu and Bruce were in the first one,
the second
Caleb
one.
and Julie.
It was Julie. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So there was a lot of speculation. Like I thought Julie was actually gonna go home. I
See,
did, based off the pre-tribal stuff. So, I think we did get some good pre-tribal stuff. I just don't think the votes were big moves. Like
no.
they played it safe at both of those tribal councils. Where Julie might not be a huge threat to some people, but she's in a great position. So I think it would have been smarter for certain people to get her out at that vote.
So this is my thoughts on the Julie. So I never thought Julie was gonna go home. I thought there was a chance they were gonna go to Rocks and Jake was gonna go home because Jake got so much content. I was like, yo, he's gonna make this move and pull the wrong rock. That's what I was thinking throughout the episode. Ultimately didn't go to Rocks because like his visibility spike like rose so far in this episode.
It did, and I think that could be a good thing for him going forward, or he could go really soon. But I think we saw a little more of Jake the player tonight
Mhm.
than we had seen. Like a lot of these other people who we saw game from, like we had already seen it from them, but Jake was someone who we didn't really see that from till tonight. So yeah, for a sec I thought maybe he was gonna be getting blindsided, but for going for
Julie.
Julie instead of Caleb, I thought that might have I didn't think he was going to get rocked out. I thought at first, when they first showed the pre-tribal stuff, that was going to maybe fall back on him, and that people were going to turn it back on him because he's targeting Julie instead of Caleb. But obviously, that didn't end up happening. But
What'd you think of Katura's move to vote out Caleb there?
so they portrayed so much of the at her content this episode was her wanting to keep him around and stuff,
Mhm.
and talking about how he's an asset to her. So I was kind of confused from that regard, but I mean, can you blame her for not forcing a tie or
So this is my thoughts. Um, I don't know where she goes from here. So she
yeah,
actively against Bruce. She just burned Jake. She's got rid of
or
Caleb. What's Kelly gonna think? What's Kendra gonna think?
she's gonna
Uh,
play Reba.
yeah,
She's gonna have to be like the very bottom of the Reba
but
people now to skate by. So I don't think it was it might have been a better, more power game move for her to force the tie, but she really did kind of just play
see,
it safe
this is
because
my thoughts. If you can force the tie and still vote out Caleb, and
yeah,
you
but
can just
then
on the
you
revote, you
say
can
you didn't want to go to Rocks, yeah.
yeah, and then you keep all your allies. Like I think keeping the people she's been with the entire time, not sketched out by her, is the right move. I think burning Jake there and not telling her the truth. All she had to do was tell, "Hey Jake, I don't want to go to Rocks. I say we vote out Caleb," and was just save face.
Yeah,
And
the only thing is I'm not sure how Bruce and Kendra uh I'm not totally sure how they're gonna take what she just did, but I think that I mean, it's not like they were tight with Caleb, so like maybe she could still go back to them. So like there could still be a path forward for her. Like where I
Like,
said she could just join the very bottom of the people she just
yeah,
voted with.
yeah. I have a trouble seeing Katura's path now. Like, I think keeping Caleb would have been the right move for her. I think it would have been better to keep Caleb than Jake, to be honest, because Jake is kind of in the Bruce camp where Caleb is not. And I think she could have easily switched it to Jake if she would have told the Rebas and say, "Hey, just so you know, Jake's trying to get me to tie the vote and vote Julie. I want Jake gone." I think it could have been that simple, and Jake could have went home
Yeah,
there.
Like that's what I'm saying. I think the moves, like the way Jake was talking early in the scramble period, led me to believe that it could have been flipped back on him. So like yes, there was the potential for her to flip that back on him, and she didn't do that. So
I, ju- I just I just don't understand the point on blindsiding Jake.
yeah.
That's my thing. I don't understand the point of it. Like,
You know,
even if
is
you're
that him get rid of him? Like, is that what you're trying? Like,
so this is my thing. Like, if you're gonna burn him, vote him out.
yeah, that's
if you're gonna blindside him, get rid of him. Don't
Correct.
leave him in the dark and leave him in the game. Like, that's
Correct.
really dangerous to do to people. Like,
Yeah,
it really is.
it
Like,
really is. And like, I understand you're upset because they didn't tell you about the idol, right? I totally think that's fair. But you literally just showed your cards right away. And I don't think that was a smart move of her by basically saying, "Hey, you kept this from me, so you're dead to me." That's not a good look, Katora. I feel like this is the first time I felt like Bruce could potentially win this battle with her.
yeah.
Because of this move.
It's gonna have to be.
with the help of a lot of others, but
Yes, but
I feel like he could outplace her for sure. For sure, yeah.
for sure.
Like,
I always felt like Katara was gonna get him. Now I feel like Bruce is gonna
Yeah,
I
maybe get
don't
her.
either. I think she's going very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Very soon.
Yeah, so I feel like because like if you want to get away from Bruce and them, right? I get it. Jake is super close to Bruce. Caleb is not. So if you're gonna vote one of them out, vote the person that's closer to Bruce.
yeah, and like,
Other thing is, I was just thinking about that. I thought about this immediately when he was telling her. Do you think it was a good idea for Jake to tell Katura that Bruce got the idol and like that they basically all were in on it from
No,
their
I thought that was a terrible move.
Bello? Yeah, like he basically told her that she was on the complete bottom of whatever they had because they all were there besides her. And
Correct.
that's what they were like. I think that was a huge mistake on his part. I really do.
Yes.
I mean, maybe he was trying to build some sort of trust with her, but like when you tell someone something days later, some of the time, like telling them is like too little, too late. They even though you told them, they might question why they didn't know until then.
Look, it's
Especially
one
given those circumstances where she was the only person from Bello left out of that idol find,
correct.
the only
Correct.
person.
Only person. And basically you help fool her for him to find it. Like, that's just such a terrible look by Jake. Like,
I said red flag immediately
yeah.
as soon as he told her. I was like, this is a bad idea, Jake. Come on, what are you doing, bro? Like
I
that.
and
That's
there's
kind of what
a
I thought.
and there's a way to tell her by not telling her, "Hey, we all knew about it but you." Like, there's such like, "Hey, Bruce pulled me aside," and lie and tell Caleb this. Be like, "Hey, let's lie, bro." And then I would have told you, I would have, when Caleb was saying, "Hey, we gotta tell Katara," I would have told Caleb, like, "Look, let me tell Katara that Bruce just told me yesterday." And that way it builds trust and it
yeah,
keeps us our little secret together. And then I told you as well. So like,
I think that
People, everyone just like they tell the truth at the wrong times, or like they tell too many people something. Like what happened to people telling somebody part of the truth. Like
Part of the
you
truth.
tell them, like, what happened to that? Why don't people do that more
Yeah.
often anymore? Like it happens sometimes, but like I feel like that's where you just made a great point. It made a lot of sense for Jake to tell part of the truth there, and instead
Yes.
he told the whole truth way too late.
Way
So
too late.
yeah,
Because like if you tell her like it's such a bad look. Like you wanted no business in fooling her so Bruce could find that idol. That's the last thing you want to do. I think Katura could have made a better move than what she did, but I understand her feelings. I think she went a little too emotional with that vote, and I think that vote was emotional.
Oh, yeah, I think
so too. I also think that
she's proven to be
be like
a lot of her content.
content is emotional, like based strategic like decisions. Like the whole like Bruce thing before that, like there was no strategy behind her wanting him gone so bad, other than him just being annoying. And now like at the merge, we're just seeing her like making these emotionally like driven decisions. Like I I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Katura, but I don't think she's gonna be around that much longer.
No, I really came out this episode feeling like there's like 7 people, like 4 or 5 people I could see winning this game. I really feel
People left. Who do you think? Let's go through it right now. Who do
okay.
you think has a chance?
I think Austin has a chance. I think D has a chance. I think Kelly has a chance. Emily has a chance.
And
Uh Drew, yes. And then potentially Julie. I don't think Bruce has a chance. I don't think Katura has a chance. I don't think Kendra has a chance. I don't think Jake has a chance at this point either. I think
so
Julie's in her own category. Like I could somehow see it, but I'd be very shocked. But I think those 5, one of those 5 is winning.
yeah, I would
Honestly, like I think Austin, Kelly, and D to me right now are the 3 clear front runners, in my opinion.
Hmm.
and Emily
Is just outside of that, but
Yeah.
she's still a bit more of a wild card to me, just because like I said, I'm gonna keep driving this until she either gets voted out when I say she's going to, or she wins the game. I think she's gonna get cut close to the end because she's had too good of a story to win the game.
Hmm.
Like her story is too different than the others, and I think the jury would reward that. So I don't think people are going to want her to get to the end.
And look, Caleb was gonna preach her. Like he's the first member of the jury. He's gonna be praising her the whole time. For every person coming in, like, go Emily, and they're like, okay, go Emily. Like so there's a
yeah,
chance that I agree with you. Like there's a chance that she can taken out, but I she she has win equity for sure.
she does
And
have it.
She has win equity. It's not to say she hasn't made mistakes in the game,
oh
but
no, she's not.
yeah,
I look. I'm not. I think she's going to win. I'm not blinded to the fact that she isn't a perfect player. Like I'm not like befound. Like I don't think she's. I
She's
don't
a
think she's dominating
player.
the game.
She's a good player, but she's not dominating the game by any
Correct.
means. Yeah,
Correct. And I feel like there's a good chance that if anybody's gonna break up that 4, she's gonna have to be a part of it.
yeah.
So with the Rebas. So I just so do you think one of those 4 gets taken out next round?
What are the Rebas?
I mean they would be smart to, but they've got advantages though. Like that's the thing. And I guess Bruce has the idol too. So like, how many idols are there? Are
There's
there only 2?
2
There's only 2 idols, and then Austin can get the other one if he gets Kelly out.
or vice
Because
versa.
they are not working together to get
No.
that vote. Like one
They're
of
not
them's
using
getting
that steal a vote together.
yeah. There's no chance. There's no way that's happening.
Yeah.
So like, I mean so as much as people want to complain about advantages, like we only have 2. It's cool because I mean
Yeah.
each side, there's clearly going to be sides. I think after this, after the
Yeah.
air clears from this, there's going to be sides, and it's mostly going to be Reba versus Bello based, and each side has an idol where like, and there's multiple people who can catch the votes, so there's a good chance like this idol get misplayed by both sides, and then it goes into like, is there another idol that gets hidden and stuff? Like, what happens with that? Like, uh, yeah, there's a lot that can happen with these idols, and I really like that there's just one sitting on each side, and even though a lot of people know about them, they're not going to know who it's going to get played for. I mean,
right. So let's go talk about the other tribal for a minute.
Yeah.
What do you think of
Boring.
it was a boring move, but it was the right move. Unlike, I feel like the last tribal we talked, the last tribal we talked about was kind of messy, like for all the players. This was the right move for Kelly, Kendra,
with the right people.
Yes.
So he was lucky that Kendra and Kelly were there, I think.
Yes.
Is what I'll say. And like maybe if Jake had been there, like I think if he had been with Katura and then mostly like the Rebas and like an Emily, I think he might have been screwed. Like, but
he would have played his idol, but
he would have played the idol, yeah.
I think it was the right move for Kelly for sure. Kendra, oh my goodness, her eyes are so fucking big. That's all I thought about when every time we just showed her on screen, like her the whole time, just looking like she has like shock face the whole time. It's like, girl, relax.
I think this pre-tribal period was more of a like they wanted to hint that maybe Kendra and Kelly were going to flip and vote out Bruce, but I don't think it was ever actually that close to happening in their minds. Like I think that the move was always going to be Sifu there, and I think even Sifu, we saw like he knew it.
He knew, right? Yeah, I think that they
shot in the dark, right? Like
he didn't use it.
He might as well.
Like he should have probably. Yeah,
gotcha,
like,
yeah. I would have too.
We got another mention of it this episode from Drew of all people, who knows Austin as the idol. He said Sifu might have an idol. Like why were people so hell bent on this? Like the guy did not have anything.
I think Drew saying that was only, which was a bad move, which is a bad move by Drew, because I think if he wanted to say Sifu, then it was the right move, but that other option would have been him. So that was a terrible thing to say. But no, he doesn't have the idol.
Without power either. Yeah.
And okay. Rule number 1: if you play Survivor, and it goes for me because I want to play, don't forget your fucking bag at camp. If you leave camp, bring your bag everywhere you go, because they make you leave beaches and all this stuff all the time. If you don't have your shit, bring your shit with you at all times. Bring your idol, bring all that stuff with you at everything you do.
So
whose name never even really came up tonight? Do we know why? Maybe so who all was there? It was Bruce, Kendra, Kelly, Emily.
Yep.
Emily, and then the two Rebas, Sifu and Drew. Who obviously Drew is not that close to Sifu, so I think that's what made this kind of an even easier vote, because he wasn't willing to sacrifice Sifu, and I don't think we'd seen any relationship from Emily with Sifu.
No.
So I think that's what happened, but like it would have been a stronger like game move for them to probably go after Drew, but they didn't. Maybe it's a testament. Maybe Drew is stronger socially than, because I don't know what Sifu's social game really was, other than him being goofy. Like I don't know what his relationships.
I don't know where he got the idea he was a threat. I don't know where.
I don't think he understood what game he was playing. Really. Even I don't. He's a nice guy. He was fun. That's what I'll give him. I gave that to Amanda. He's fun because Amanda kept standing for Sifu, and I'm like, this guy does not know how to play Survivor. Like he doesn't. He doesn't.
Survivor needs to do a wacky do a season like Super Duper did, and just invite all the colorful characters back. Let's see Debbie again. Let's see Coach. Let's see a Sifu. Angelina. Chaos Cast. Like, let's see these people again. And just see what the fuck happens. I feel like it could be one of the all-time great seasons, not for the gameplay, but for entertainment wise.
Yeah.
Get Philip out there.
God.
Philip.
Survivor Wacky Adventure. Take it right from
Where?
Super Duper.
Dude, that would be
So much fun though.
So
It would
much
basically
fun.
be Gabon with a returning season, but
Yes, Gabon with the 30 season. And
I don't
Gabon's a fun season.
I don't like even after we did our rankings, like I'll get a little off topic for a second.
Yeah.
Like I tweaked a couple things just based off of like what I had done since, and like I moved Gabon up even a couple spots. I'll have to admit, like
Dude,
I'm
look.
like every time I've watch any, not even watch like because I haven't seen this season actually all the way through in a while. I just watch like YouTube videos and stuff. Every time I consume content from that season, it goes up for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're never gonna get a season like that ever again.
Oh,
like
look,
it's
one of
not
the-
gonna happen.
One of the all-time worst casts for gameplay level. Let's
Oh
get
my
that out there.
god.
But entertainment level is off the charts. Like off the charts. Like I had so much fun watching that, and like I just rewatched it not that long ago. But
that is
Not
the
strategic.
it's
It is
so bad.
strictly personal.
Strictly personal. You can kiss my ass.
Like,
I will say,
hey, this season, back to this current season, like while not quite like the Gabon level, there has been the shit show vibes at times, like just mess of it all, and I could see more of that playing out.
Yeah.
And like I think the jury is still out on this season. Like I can't see it going down to being do we see this being a bottom 10 season? Does a lot of bad stuff have to happen for that?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
I think if somehow, no offense, he seems like a nice guy, but if Bruce somehow wins the season, I feel like I feel like there's gotta be a lot of production help for him to win this
There's
season.
no way. There's no way. I will quit this podcast forever if Bruce wins this season.
That would be like one of the I don't see Couture win, but I wouldn't be upset. Like if can you
Completely
imagine?
rule her out. Like I would
Yeah.
give her a 0 per. Like two of the people who I said yesterday had 0% chance went out tonight. So
Yeah.
that just about leaves like shit. Like not that many people that I would really say 0% besides Bruce and Kendra.
I give Kendra 2% and I'll give Bruce 1%. I will not give him a 0%.
Can't even give him that. I'm giving him 0.
Give him 1%.
I should never give a 0 again because I gave Gabler
Bro,
0 for
we
so
gave
long.
Gabler at like episode 2. This dude's not winning.
Episode 1, I think. Episode 1.
When he started laying the palm fronds on people, are like, this dude's so not going nowhere. And then all of a sudden, he's the winner. He dominated the season. Like, what the happened? I just don't even know.
Amanda said this before, and like I kind of agree after. Like I have not rewatched Survivor 43, but she said, and I don't think she has either, but apparently Rob has said this. Like, if you watch that season knowing that Gabler is going to win, like you watch it again knowing he's going to win, you could kind of see it. Obviously, it's going to be that way with everything, but you could see it. Like,
okay.
There's stuff I guess we missed because we were like, so like this guy is no shot. Like, but I'm like not like keep getting off topic, but like it baffles me that they didn't show his relationship with Cody and Jesse a lot more.
I feel like if we would have seen that would have helped his game immensely.
Maybe we would
have gotten that with 90-minute episodes though.
Right.
So like that's what this season, like I don't think we're seeing anything from Bruce like that.
Oh,
like Stardust winner. Like at least like Gabler was never not liked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a couple people that said he was like maybe a little weird like at times, but for the most part, Gabler was really like it was pretty clear that people really liked him.
Mm-hmm. I do think so. After I said, they made the right decision with Sifu, ultimately, I think what I meant to say is that they made the right decision by not doing Bruce. I think
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
Bruce there would have been a huge
They
mistake
could
by
have
them.
done Drew instead,
Yes,
but
I think Drew would have been a better outcome. Especially when Drew's like, "Yeah,
more
we don't trust
it would have
Sifu. Then let's keep Sifu. Why would we get rid of him?"
And at this point,
like I think that the problem is like people get scared and they do want to play it safe. They if they have the chance to play it safe, they more often do. Um, but I feel like if Drew was the vote, they would have gotten a lot more blood on their hands because like obviously the if Sifu wasn't really in any of the Reba stuff, like if he was, he was at completely at the bottom of that. So
Mhm.
he wasn't part of that four that's been shown the entire season. So um, if Drew went, they would have had to take a shot at that, and the lines really would have been drawn. But like I feel like they're drawn anyways. So
Right. I yeah,
what do
I
you
think
think we're
I
gonna
just don't
another big like maybe like do you think there's any chance we just see like an 8-2 on Bruce here, or do you think that um
like?
I don't know. Do we think that it's pretty split now?
so I feel like I feel like the problem with next round is that I really do think they should have got rid of Drew because I think that would have opened the game up a lot more. By keeping Drew, those four aren't going to turn on each other at least anytime soon. So with Katura and being mad at Bruce, Jake's being mad at Katura, Jake being mad at or now Jake and Bruce are mad at Katura. I really and then she goes to that side with the Rebas. That's 5-5. Then Emily's gonna go to that side because there's no point in her sticking with the other side. So I really do think it could be like a like a split between Jake and Bruce next round.
Like you think his own side,
I like you think the Bellows, some of them even in on the split with Jake and Bruce, like
Mhm.
or you think that
they
they
all could vote another way.
So I
Like
think I think so. Katura's probably gonna want to vote Bruce. Um, the Bellows would be down for that, and they trust Emily, so they literally can do a 3-3 split on those two, and then there's nothing they can do.
yeah.
Right? Am I miscounting?
No, you're right.
you're right. Um,
No, because
I
who am I missing? Because that's six. No, that's because they would still have four. Who am I missing? I'm missing Kelly, Kendra.
Um,
I guess they couldn't split like that. They would need Kelly or Kendra. I don't know if they could split like that. Then I don't know. That's a
yeah,
good
like
question.
I think the smart play here would be to go to for
Kendra.
like no for those people to all just come together
Oh,
and go for Austin or Drew or D here or even Julie. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that those people are going to be on the right side of this vote still. That's what I see happening.
that's why I thought it was a terrible move for Couture to blindside Jake like that. It made no sense.
and if for some reason
Reason, uh, um, so Drew's safety without power is expiring the next episode too.
Yeah.
The next tribal. So if he somehow just got paranoid and decides to use it too, that could also give them an opportunity to make a move. That's one less vote for them there. So I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to end up playing. It's going to end up getting played at all. Like I don't think it'll.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Ultimately, we will see how it plays out. But I really do think we could lose like a Kendra next round, for example,
yeah,
or Katura. I feel like Kendra or Katura could be really because really did she really prove loyalty to the Bellows?
yeah,
So like I feel like the Reba idol too.
Or Reba,
That
sorry.
Austin. No. So no, you were right, but I'm
I was
saying
right.
yeah. It was Bello, but I'm saying Bruce with his idol. Like, do we think he's really going to play it on anyone besides himself if he's in
No
possession
shot.
of it? Hell
No
no.
shot.
I think that Reba idol is like a community. I think Austin would play it for D or Drew if necessary. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if Austin can get end up getting his hands on another idol, which he has the chance to do. So, yeah, I think that their idol can get played for more people, whereas I think Bruce's idol is like definitely not being played on anybody but him.
Right. Yeah, I know. I think I could see him playing for Kelly because he calls Kelly his number one. But other than that, I don't think he's playing for anybody else.
Maybe
Or
Jake.
maybe. I think it's a hard maybe. So
I just think Bruce is
So paranoid though that like he'll play it for himself if he
Yeah.
thinks there's danger and like possibly play it incorrectly and then
I really do think that for the 90-minute episodes, I'm just gonna compliment it again. It didn't feel like we rushed through the episode. Like usually these two tribals, it feels like this episode's so rushed
they're
because
so
there's
rushed. Yeah.
there's so much going on. But with the 90 minutes, I was like, we got a lot of camp life from both sides, and really got to see a lot of conversations going into the round.
Thought we would get more time before the challenge, like with all them on the same beach, like after the last tribal before this challenge than
Yeah.
we did. But it went to the challenge more quickly in the episode than I thought it would. And then we got a lot from the two groups of 6 at the different beaches. We got a lot from that. Like they gave us, like you said, it's usually rushed. We got so much from that because, like I said, they went to the challenge pretty early tonight.
Right. And what'd you think of them bringing that challenge back? You like that challenge?
it's a classic.
Yeah, I think they should do it every season.
Yeah.
It's not the most exciting television, but it's a good challenge. I'm a fan.
Look, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be falling down real fast.
Wouldn't do great, but like now that I'm slimmer, I think I would do better, but I still
Yeah.
don't think I would win or anything. But
Right.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm a little slimmer, but I still don't think I could hold myself up like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. The challenge is fine. Kelly wins immunity. D wins immunity, and they got the win tacos and reward. So something we talked about last episode that I felt like could be possible and I was not happy about it was one being on the jury and one not being on the jury. What'd you think of that? What do you think that was cool or you hated it? Because I hated it personally.
It's
I have another like just brutal like twist. Like it's a brutal thing for one person out of the two of them to not make the jury just because they were in the wrong group. Like it's completely out of their hands. So I don't love it, but like from a logistics standpoint, it does make sense because like Michael said yesterday, the last time they had a jury of 9 with the final 3 was One World, and there you risk a 3-3 tie, even though I don't think that'll ever happen. Like,
No.
a possibility. So there would have to be a removal juror twist or something. And I think that's even worse than just leaving off like Sifu, who, to be honest, he didn't really deserve to like be on the jury anyways.
Yeah.
He didn't play a good game. So
No.
I mean,
But like,
I would have felt really bad if Caleb was on the wrong side of that. Like Caleb at least deserved to be on the jury. Like I'm glad he at least gets to have a say. Like because it like I've played enough games. Like I've won a couple times the vote right before the jury
yeah.
in returnee seasons too, and like it does hurt a little bit. Like the vote right before the jury, it stings.
Yeah, it does. It's like the worst. It's just I just don't personally like it because you do this thing called earn the merge, and I feel like earning that should earn your jury spot.
Yeah.
Fucking just do one more tribe round, and then do the earn the merge.
Yeah,
and then
I don't have a complaint with the like. Do you like them doing the split here rather than
I prefer it here
at 10 and 9? You like it at 10 and 9 better?
No, I like it here better.
You like it at 12 and 11 better than 10
Yes.
and 9?
Yes.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm indifferent on it. The only thing is though that like these people all right, this is my only like bone to pick with it really. There's like so at 13 they have the earn the merge part where only 6 people are eligible to go home. And then at 12 and 11 you have uh the split tribals where like you're only voting with 5 other people, like not everybody's an option. So it's not until the final 10 where everybody's really an option to go home. And like that's kind of late.
Yeah.
So like I feel like it does give people more wiggle room to skate by a little bit.
Look, we don't need split tribals. Like, I'm okay with it not being in there.
Like,
Yeah, we don't have to we don't so it's one of those things where I think it's fun sometimes. We don't have to have it every season, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like mix it up a little bit.
Right. We don't need it every season. Like once every 2 or 3 seasons is fine. It's just I feel like we've had it enough, and it's just when has it hasn't really brought too much great content. Yes, we got the Nasir Blind Side of 41. We had um we had what who James go out in 43. It was
yeah,
okay.
Aren't that good or
Yeah,
exciting votes at all. Like
right.
42, what do we have? Roxroy and who else went out there? I can't even remember.
I can't
Tori,
remember.
maybe. Tori, I think
Yeah, it
maybe.
was Tori because Marianne and Drea played their idols.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
44
like
we had Matt Matt go home.
And who was the other one?
Um,
Brandon?
who?
Brandon?
Maybe?
I don't think he went out
the double. I don't
I don't remember.
back on that. I don't think it was. I don't feel like. I feel like Brandon
N-
went out at a normal
No, Brandon
tribal.
went home. He was the first merge vote.
Yeah. Well, he was
Uh,
on the jury.
yeah, he was the first. He was like he earned the merge. Of course he did because he's giant.
Yeah.
Um, he earned the merge, and then he was when he was first eligible to be voted out. He was voted out.
So he was okay.
And then Matt was after Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I had I thought Brandon was made it further than Matt for some reason. I don't know why I
No.
was thinking that.
Nope. So
I can't remember who went.
At the other one, why am I blanking on that?
I don't know. We just
Was it Kane? Was it Kane?
No, I feel like no, it was the following round because he left with Jamie's idol.
It wasn't Kane. Yeah.
No, I don't remember it.
This is actually gonna
Lauren?
bother
No,
me now.
I don't remember.
Lauren made like the final
I
five.
know. I'm trying.
All right, I have to look this up now.
Okay, it's been that
Because I'm saying
season.
we
Haven't been the most enticing. The doubles haven't been the most enticing.
No,
ones.
I think the biggest vote out was Nasir.
I know. I
Wasn't
was,
he
I
there?
was
Right. So Josh was the
Josh was the,
mergatory vote.
Mm-hmm.
and then it was Matt.
At one and Brandon at the other. They didn't do a double. They didn't do a
Didn't-
double.
Yeah, they did because Franny won immunity, and or no, that's right.
They didn't
Do
Franny,
one. I'm looking at it.
yeah, so what they did was whoever won from that side kept them all safe. That's what it was.
When Matt went home, there was only 5 votes.
Yes. So
There was a twist, yeah. So they did do
that's
it
what
differently
was.
last
That's
season.
right. That's why we couldn't remember the second one.
One, yeah.
So that
It was
makes more
different.
sense.
They did, yeah. But like I said, yeah, they haven't been the best. This is what I think would be fun. Why not?
Why not go?
Go to tribal council with everybody, and then right after that, you say we're having a challenge right here, right now, and then you're gonna vote right now. Like that's what's gonna happen. Why not do that?
Right. I would do. That's fine with me.
Fun. Don't you think that would be fun?
Yeah, they don't got to do it every time, but it'd be fun for an episode.
Yeah, do it like once in a blue moon. Like you instead of having the double, you just do that in one episode, and I think that would be it would be a mess.
And look, if you do it one time and you hate it, don't ever do it again. Like, you don't have to do these dumb twists because you invented it. Do it one time. If it's not good, don't do it again. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I mean,
reasons that there's been obviously many twists we haven't liked. So I mean, what's stopping them from trying something?
Right.
Nothing.
That,
It's just literally just them.
That's basically what Epic did. My first season, I put with Epic.
Yeah.
We did that. We had a tribal, a challenge, and tribal 10 minutes afterwards. It was awful. It's absolutely awful. But yeah, I think that covered everything. We really didn't see. I mean, like the tribals were talked about the moves. I think the 90-minute, like I'll say this on every episode, the 90-minute episodes are working. Please don't take it away, Survivor.
Yeah.
Like I'll just leave it at with next week. I don't know. I'm pretty torn whether we're gonna see just split two clear sides going at it, or if that Bello side's just gonna sacrifice Katurah or Bruce. Like that could end up happening. So
correct.
And
we'll see.
We'll see. I'm still optimistic, but definitely took the sales down a little bit after such a high mergatory vote. But that was because of shot in the dark, the first ever shot in the dark that negated extra votes hit. And that wasn't.
Caleb just goes this episode too instead of sticking around maybe 1 or 2 more weeks. Like that also kind of takes, I guess, a little away from it, but yeah,
right. And I still
it was a fine episode.
It was fine. It was okay. It wasn't a good one. It wasn't a bad one. It was just okay. So, yeah, I think that covers it. You want to add anything else before we get out of here?
Not really.
I mean, I think we do. Like I said, a lot can happen the rest of the way. So I don't see this season. I'll set a peak for it. I don't think there's any chance this season can be like top 10, but I don't think it could be like bottom 10 either. But I think it could. There's a chance it could literally fall like anywhere in between that. Like I would say it's probably going to end up being around an average season when it's all said and done. But
I feel like I'd be hard for me to say top 20 at this point. We had the good mergatory vote. We had the awesome Symbiote vote. But then we had 2 quits in between that. And the Brando vote, which is fine. And then, I think there's aspects I love about the season, but I just have a tough time seeing it. Like, unless this Endgame is fucking killer. If it just
Endgame's gonna have to be killer for it to go anywhere from like average,
anyway,
to like slightly above average. Like I could see that happening. Like I could see a case where this is my second favorite season of the new era. Like that's where I can see it falling. Like I said, it'll probably be somewhere either right above Survivor 44 or right below Survivor 44.
See, I have 43 higher than 44, but that's just my personal preference. I feel like 44 was kind of.
I don't have 43 that much lower. Like Michael thinks 43 is like terrible. But
I think it's crazy. Literally, it has the 2 best episodes of the new era.
It has a lot
of boring ones though.
I
will say that.
It does, but like, what does 44 have?
I think
44 is extremely overrated. I really do.
I don't understand. Like, what does 44 have? Like, it doesn't. It was fine. Like Survivor. There's a lot of seasons who are just fine in Survivor, and we did that when we did the rankings. It was fine. It wasn't shitty. It wasn't terribly boring, but it was just fine. It wasn't fantastic either. So, but all right, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Please give us a like, subscribe. It means a lot to us. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do another podcast this week. I think Amanda and Michael. Maybe we'll do like a ranking of everybody left or something like that.
Yeah.
But until next time, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.